Welcome back. Right here in Colorado is a national organization that's dedicated to celebrating living organ donors and spreading awareness about organ, eye, and tissue donation. With me today is Anastasia Henry, the Executive Director of the American Transplant Foundation. Anastasia, first of all, welcome back. It's nice to have you here. Let's talk about the foundation and really the incredible work that you guys do.
The American Transplant Foundation, we've been connecting people to life for the past 17 years. And we're here to make sure that nobody has to go through the transplant process by themselves. So we have a variety of free programs available for those who are waiting for transplants and those who are thinking about donating a life-saving organ.
Well, you guys are based right here in Colorado. You have a really special connection to our state and the people here. Talk about that.
Absolutely. The vision that we have at the American Transplant Foundation is to make Colorado the very first state where nobody dies while waiting for a transplant. Last year, 211 Coloradans either died while waiting for a transplant, or they became too sick to be transplanted. That's 211 lives. Our goal is to make that number zero. You just never know who is in need of a life-saving organ transplant. For example, a very proud Coloradan, Missy Franklin, 5-time golden Olympic medalist. Her family, they are looking not for one, but for 2 living kidney donors, both her aunt and her dad. They are in need of a life-saving transplant. So on our website, American Transplant Foundation, we have their stories, information, how you can step up, how you can learn more. You can also Google potential living donor database. You can send us an email and we'll be able to connect you and give you more information.
That's huge news. I mean, to think to be touched once by this, transplantation of any kind, but twice, especially for kidneys, this is something that someone even like Missy Franklin, you've got to look at and go, hey, this can happen to anybody, of course. This has been, you've had significant developments in this, in transplantation over the last couple of months. I mean, this is something to be proud of. Talk about that.
Yes, so if you follow in the news, and there are a lot of bad news these days, but also some exciting news. For example, the field of xenotransplantation. So when you're able to take an organ from an animal and successfully transplant it to a human being. Just a few years ago, that was something completely out of this world. And now we're talking about that within the next decade, this potentially can be an approved procedure. So this is huge, this is tremendous, but obviously right now we need to focus on living the nation and we need to focus on supporting transplant patients in order for us to save lives.
Well, this past couple of years with the pandemic has affected everyone. How has it affected you guys?
You know, for transplant patients, these have been extraordinary challenging times, Gina. When you receive an organ transplant, you need to take anti-rejection medication, so your body does not reject the transplant. However, this medication will weaken your immune system. So as a result, you're more susceptible to different infections, and COVID-19 is no exception. So very critical for transplant patients to be safe. Also, there are some additional challenges. For example, we just worked with one family, a beautiful 9-year-old girl. Her name is Tamara.
There's a picture of her right there.
So this brave girl, not only she received 1 liver transplant, she received 2 liver transplants. She's been in and out of the hospital, very difficult situation. Her mom has been taking care of her, unable to work full time. So they actually ended up in a shelter last Christmas. And our foundation, we stepped up, we provided emergency financial grant, so they are able to have safe housing, and they're also able to purchase a refrigerator, so Tamara's medication are being safe and they're doing well, and we are so proud of them.
Let's end on that good note, because that is good news, and we appreciate you being here, Anastasia. The American Transplant Foundation is dedicated to making Colorado the first state where no one dies while waiting for a transplant. And February 14th is Donor Day, so visit their website at americantransplantfoundation.org to learn more about their programs and how you can help make a difference.